Okay, welcome back. Today's topic is visualizing the distributions of IMDb scores by content type. This code creates a box plot to show how IMDb scores are distributed across the different content type like movie and show. Let's break down code and then copy and paste. I'm going to run to cell. This one. This is distribution of the IMDb score by content type between movie and show. First one, setting up the plot size. Figure size is 10:6. What it does is to create a new figures or canvas for our plot with dimensions 10 inch wide and 6 inch height. Why using that? It is to ensure the plot is large enough to see details clearly. A second is creating a box plot. Since we use the box plot, this is what it does to use the Seaborn's box plot to visualize the distributions of the IMDb score for each type like movie and shows. The palette is the pastel. Here is the details. The data is equal PDF, our data source from the previous lectures. X is the type, and the Y is the IMDb score. The numerical scores plotted on the Y-axis. The palette is the pastel. Is to set the colors to a soft, pleasing the color scheme. What is the box plot? It shows the medians spread into quality, range, and outliers. Help us to see if the scores are generally high and low, and whether scores are spread out or concentrated. Step 3 is the adding title and label. It's already used to. So I'm gonna skip this, but it is what it does is add it to descriptive, the title at the top, and label for y-axis and then x-axis is to clearly tell the viewers what the chart is showing. The first is adding grid line with using the grid. The definitions is y-axis aligning the dash dash and alpha is 0.5. What it does is to add horizontal dashed grid lines on the y-axis. It's to help better read the values and compare the score across the catalogs. Finally is display the plot with the showing. Is the renders and the display the plot in lines in notebook or script output. So in summary, you are visualizing how IMDb scores are spread for movies and shows. Second summary is box plot that reveals the median range and outliers of scores so you can compare the quality distribution across the content types. Finally, summarize to use the kind of the visualizations to quickly spot whether one type tends to have the higher and more consistent the rating than another. Here is the analysis of the box plot distributions of the IMDb scores by content type. These charts show how IMDb score ratings are spread out for the two types of contents, movies and shows. What does we see in this chart? First one is the median scores. The middle line inside each box show the median's middle value and show the category has a slightly higher median score than movie. In terms of the range of scores, interquartile range, the height of each box shows where the most scores are clustered from the 25 percentile to 75 percentile. The show box is higher and slightly wider, indicating higher and more varies rating. Viscous spreading is the line extending from the box, show the range of the score excluding outliers. Both category has some scores reaching up to the 9 and down to the around 4 or 5. Outlier is the dot below or above the whiskers. Outliers score are much lower or higher than the most. The both category have some lower outliers, score close to and 3. What does this tell us? Is to show tending have the slightly higher than more consistent IMDb rating to compare to movie. And many movies have the ratings spread out the more widely with some very low scores, indicating some movies might be rated poorly. Shows have the generally higher range, but also some very higher outliers and scores close to 10. What is important? This visualization helps us understand if viewers tend to rate TV show higher than movies, which seems to be the case here. It also shows us to variability the movies have a wider spread of scores while show the tending to cluster toward higher range. This is the end of the analysis of the box plot to distributions of the IMDb scores by content type. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.